Hey, it's MK, and I am here with another Woodgrain and Winter layout for you guys today. And today I am using a couple pieces from the Some Assemblage Required website. I have a couple train pieces that were from a train track set, and then this piece of boxcar, which I think to myself as it being a caboose without the, I think it's called a cupola on top, or, what's it called? Copula on top, cupola on top. Anyways, I have a few laser cut pieces as well as die cut pieces, acetate pieces, the same stuff I've been using all month, just in different form, because once it's used, I can't use it again, right? I also have this little musical sheet that says Deck the Halls on it, which is no relation to the photos I'm going to be scrapbooking. And then I think I'm going to use this bow, but cut off one of the branches or one of the twines from the bow. I have this laser cut sheet that's actually from Close to My Heart. It's from their winter collection, which is being released on their catalog right now. If you guys want to get a hold of it, it comes in this cream as well as the craft. I have my photo going on here. It's my husband looking at this caboose that is in the train museum in Ely, Nevada. And then from this gorgeous yellow foundation paper, I have taken to my Cricut and cut out this snowflake. Now I adapted the snowflake for what I needed, but I will be putting the snowflake back in just long enough for me to put these little inserts in, because I really feel like they're going to be seen the way that I am envisioning decorating this page. So I think I'm going to need to put that in. And then to back my snowflake, I am going to be using my, this is paper number 4, which is that gorgeous yellow. To back my snowflake, I will be using this Simple Stories wood grain. That takes me a minute to realize what paper it is actually called, because every branding strip is a little different. So here I know I can show you that it's Simple Stories, the Snap Basics, but I don't realize that the name is down below. So I'm looking on both sides for the name of the paper, and there it is. It is called the Elm and Cream Ledger for this particular paper. If you are looking for this, I think scrapbook.com might have it still, but I'm not sure. It was from last year. So I'm going to cut off the branding strips from my yellow piece. I did flip it over to see if I liked the solid yellow or if I liked the little stars. And of course, stars always win, you guys. I'm sorry. So here I am going to attempt to gut my paper, and I need a 1x1 minimum at least around, and I'm not going to use the frame part that I'm getting ready to cut out. And as you can see, I'm going to be ripping a little bit of my paper. It's okay, because you're not really going to see either one of these cuts in real life. So I'm cutting out the frame because I'm actually going to use the inside portion to back my snowflake. And then later, I plan maybe to use the frame on a different layout. Now, I haven't yet, but it is in, it is a thought that is available if needed. How's that sound? So I'm going to go ahead and use my ATG gun to just secure down all of these little pieces, because I don't know exactly where my photo is going to rest just yet. I'm not really sure on that. So I'm making sure that all of the openings of the snowflake are going to be secured down, because I don't want them to catch on the page protector when I go to put it back in my album. So I'm going to go ahead and put my wood grain down. And then I'm going to secure the edges just a little bit with washi tape. So that way, again, they don't get caught on either the paper or the layout that goes behind this one or on my page protector. So the washi tape does help with that. So I'm going to go ahead and put my snowflake back into itself, I'm going to put the negative back into the positive, and then go ahead and glue my little bits down. But because I do use a little bit too much glue, I'm going to lift my snowflake up, so that way I make sure that I'm not gluing down the actual snowflake image, because I want the negative to show and it be the wood grain, right? So I'm going to go ahead and continue to put all the pieces down. Now the snowflake is not asymmetrical. Some of the pieces fit in other parts where some pieces are smaller than others, I should say, or elongated. And then, of course, the words that are barely visible, or I should say the letters, because I don't really think they make words. But the letters that are seen and whatnot are also go in a specific order as well, or direction. So now that I have all of that, I wanted to talk a little bit about cabooses, because you don't see them anymore. You see them on cartoons, you see them in Westerns, you see them in the old days, but they just kind of disappeared throughout history. They just disappeared. And, that's because of technology and the fact that society is advancing and going away from being the trains as the major transportation of goods, right? Yes, they still are used. Trains can definitely haul a lot more than semi-drivers can, for sure. But you don't see bandits riding horses along trains just to rob them anymore. You really don't. Maybe in a rare blue moon they might, but yeah, or in a movie you might see them get robbed, but they just really aren't. And one of the purposes, I really wanted to talk to you guys about the caboose. And so it says here, and I just looked up Wikipedia in all honesty, because this particular yellow caboose did not have a placard on it. It didn't have a history. It didn't have a story to tell. And I thought that was pretty sad, because it was a pretty important boxcar for the crew, because trains have crew. They have crewmen just like a ship does. So it says here, uses of cabooses, that was adorable, began in 1830 when railroads housed trainmen in shanties built onto boxcars or flat cars. The caboose provided the train crew with a shelter at the rear end of the train. The crew could exit the train for switching or to protect the rear of the train when stopped, again, because of it being robbed or something like that. So they also inspected the train for problems such as shifting loads, broken or dragged equipment, and hot boxes, which is overheated axle bearings and, serious fires or a derailment threat, right? So they can just go out to the end of the car and then peek on the side, and they can see the entire side of either the left or the right side of the train and look down the entire train to see if there are any problems. So it said the conductor kept records and handled business from a table or a desk in the caboose. And for longer trips, the caboose provided minimal living quarters and was frequently personalized and decorated with pictures and posters of the crewmen. So I thought that was kind of cool, because I've always wondered what that little desk was. We have a caboose on stand in Elko, Nevada. There's an engine, and then it's coupled with a caboose, and it in there, you can see that it has this cute little writing desk and whatnot. And I never noticed that before. I never even took into consideration what that was used for or anything. Honestly, I always just thought that the caboose was the end of the train where the little bell was, and as they go by, somebody at the end rings the bell. For what purpose, I don't know, to let everybody know that we're leaving, we're moving, get off the track, something like that. I'm not really sure. But it goes on to say that early cabooses were nothing more than flat cars with small cabins built on top of them, or they were a modified boxcar. The standard form of the American caboose had a platform at either end with curved grab handles to facilitate train crew members ascending or descending onto a moving train, so they can easily grab a hold and hop on to the back of the train. A caboose was fitted with red lights called markers to enable the rear of the train to be seen at night. This has led to be the phrase "bring up the markers" to describe the last car on a train. So when somebody asks, to bring up the markers, then that would be, bring the last car up. So it says these lights were officially what made a train, like it ended the train. So I thought that was pretty cool too. They were originally lit with oil lamps, and then, of course, with the advent into electricity, they became incorporated with an electric generator, and were all changed into, light bulbs. And then, of course, like I was saying, the cupula, I'm not sure how to say that word, you guys, which is the little house that you can see on top of the caboose. So it's like an extended going up, is actually an outlook post for somebody to watch out for bandits and robbers and things like that. And that was introduced into a caboose in 1863. So I just thought that I would share with you guys a little bit of history about a caboose, because I've never even bothered to look one up. And since this is my husband admiring this little yellow caboose, I thought, oh my gosh, I am definitely going to look that up. And then, of course, my little boxcar image in wood veneer looks like a caboose, minus the little outlook house on top. And so, yeah, I definitely, the next time I go into Elko and check out the little stationary trains that we have, I definitely want to go and look a little bit farther into the caboose that we actually have. And then maybe the next time I get down to Ely, check that out as well. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it. As always, I love it when you stick by and listen to my ramblings. I really do. Be sure to check out the link down below, because there are some fabulous ladies joining us today. I really, truly appreciate them hanging out with us. And it has been super fun to watch everybody's layouts that they have been making. I am enjoying it immensely. It's just so much fun. And of course, you guys all know me, wood grain, tree rings, all that stuff is my jam. So I've been loving this month. I really have. All right. That is all for me today. I will check you guys all later. Bye.